Channel 3 early warning weather with meteorologist Mark Dixon.
All right, clouds have been overspreading the state. Scattered showers have been breaking out across Connecticut, and rain will become a bit steadier and at times heavier this evening. Not well timed for the evening commuter if you have evening plans tonight. We've got early warning pinpoint Doppler zoomed into the greater Hartford area. You can see that there's just some scattered showers, perhaps a little heavier downpour heading toward Ellington. You can see some of the darker greens and yellows popping up in the last few frames of this animation, taking us back over the last 30 minutes. Also across southwestern Connecticut, we do have from, say, New Haven westward some heavier rain, as evidenced by those darker greens and yellows working into West Haven, into the Elm City, also westward, west of Route 8 through, say, Trumbull, Reading, and Ridgefield lifting to the north. So again, as we look to what's happening just offshore to our south, we've got some heavier rain certainly heading right in the direction of the Connecticut shoreline. That's going to be working over 95 and then farther inland, certainly toward southeastern Connecticut. So this is just the beginning. We have temperatures that range from the low to mid 70s across really all of Connecticut. Not a huge variation in temperature, and we could go up a little bit higher by just a couple degrees. We'll say mid to maybe upper 70s, but as soon as that rain comes in, those temperatures likely be held steady, if not come down a bit. There's our iCam view from Hartford showing the overcast skies, a similar scene coming in from New Haven, and even some raindrops on the camera lens looking live from New London. So a lot of things happening. We've clearly got a line of showers with some heavier rain off to our west heading in our direction. That's in advance of a cold front. Also tapping into tropical moisture from what is now Tropical Depression Erin. The center of the storm is going to pass well offshore as we head through the day tomorrow, but again, moisture being pulled northward as a storm system from the west heads in our direction. So those items working together to draw more moisture in and produce a heavier rain concern for parts of southern New England as we head through the rest of today. So with regard to Tropical Depression Erin, this has weakened a little bit from tropical storm status this morning. Sustained winds are at 35 miles an hour. It is moving to the north-northwest. You can see how the storm certainly keeps well offshore from the east coast. However, for Atlantic-facing coastline, we'll get rip current concerns, rough seas, larger swells, and again, the moisture from this gets pulled into southern New England to interact with that approaching storm system. So as we head through the rest of this afternoon, we'll have periods of rain at times heavy, and I think actually Futurecast could be underplaying this a bit for us as we head through the evening. And then the front from the west begins pushing through, say around midnight and points thereafter. Conditions will start to improve by early tomorrow morning. The rain is done, the clouds are clearing, and a nice, dry, bright, and fairly warm Thursday is on tap for us across Connecticut. But with regard to rainfall totals, Futurecast consistently has been pointing out from southeastern Massachusetts across Rhode Island where the axis of heaviest rain will fall. That's where we could see upwards of 3, 4, perhaps even 5 inches of rain. But here in Connecticut, especially east of 91 along the 395 corridor, we could get 1 to 2 inches, perhaps some locally higher amounts. And if it happens in a short window of time, that could lead to the concern for poor drainage and nuisance-type flooding. So switching gears from what's happening for us, I want to keep you up to date with the latest on Dorian. You can see the center of the circulation here working through the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, and on this track heading, perhaps just clipping the eastern part of Puerto Rico, and that puts Puerto Rico on the better side of the storm. It is the eastern northeastern part that produces the heaviest rain and the strongest wind. So the track on this particular storm brings it to hurricane strength. Not only Category 1, but eventually Category 2 as we head Friday night into Saturday, and then even as we head Saturday into Sunday, perhaps even to a Category 3, a major hurricane as it makes its way toward the Florida coast and perhaps interacting with the southeastern U.S. as well. So given that we're still several days out from this, interest from Florida all the way through, say, South Carolina should be monitoring this situation very, very closely. So back here in Connecticut, tomorrow back into the 80s for highs with sunshine. On Friday, highs in the mid-80s, perhaps a late day shower with a cold front. We're going to trend a little bit muggier as we end the week. Then that humidity drops on Saturday, mostly sunny near 80, several degrees cooler on Sunday. Clouds increase, maybe a late day shower on Sunday. I think most of the day, though, is dry. And then on Monday, Labor Day, temps near 80 and maybe a couple showers, not a washout by any means. And for shoreline highs, back into the low 80s for Thursday and Friday, then trending a little bit cooler over the upcoming weekend.